Welcome to Pour the Wine It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Gary.
And it is time to pour the wine.
Pour
the wine. We're pouring a cab. What's this one called?
This is called the Franc.
The Franc. I think we've had this one before.
We might have.
I'm not 100% certain.
I'm not quite sure.
But we pretty much, you have me at cab, so.
I know, right?
It's hard to find a bad one.
I know.
So we watched the first 2 episodes of Home is Where the Heart Is on Hallmark Plus. I believe it is a series that is exclusive to Hallmark Plus right now that stars Luke McFarlane and Olivia Westbrooks, who, along with the team, are making over homes that have special meaning to the families owning or living in them currently.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So there have been 2 episodes. I think 2 episodes dropped right away. They're going to air on Thursdays. And then, we binged 2 episodes. And then moving forward, there'll be an episode every Thursday.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Cool. I thought it was really good. And knowing that he is actually a carpenter.
I know.
And
that
he
was
loves
pretty
doing
cool,
it.
Right?
Kind of added to it. I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you don't know who Luke McFarlane is, he was most recently... his most recent Hallmark appearances were in Catch Me If You Claus and Notes of Autumn in 2023.
Yeah, it was funny. That Claus one.
He was also in the TV series Brothers and Sisters. I know that's something I watched. I don't think
I didn't
did. You watch that one? It was so good. Callista Flockhart is in it.
You act like I know that name. Give me a face.
Ally McBeal. She was Ally McBeal in Ally McBeal. She's married to Harrison Ford. Yeah, that series. Sally Field is in that series.
Wow.
So he was in that. His first movie with Hallmark was in 2014 called The Memory Book.
Huh. Awesome.
And like you just said, he is a carpenter, which is pretty cool. So he brings those skills as with his hosting skills to the series.
Yeah, and I like how they don't really make over the whole house. They just pick 2, like a room, and if there's something outside, they'll do the landscaping outside. And I think it's really cool how they do
Right,
that.
and then they incorporate some memorabilia or something special to the family that reminds them or is reminiscent of someone or something in their family.
Yeah.
So the first episode was really a tearjerker
Yeah,
a few
it was.
times. The second
was.
episode was really good too. And they were 2 very different styles.
Yeah.
From the first episode to the second episode, which was really cool. They really do focus on the family and what they want as opposed to what the designers want. Now, Olivia Westbrooks, she is also in it, and she is an interior designer with over 20 years of experience. And she founded Olivia Westbrooks Interiors in 2020. And I really liked her too.
Yeah. She could paint. You see that picture she gave that one family?
Oh, yeah. She did paint one. It was really cool. And she has some great ideas, and together with the 2 of them working together. Yeah, it's kind of great.
Yeah, I like how each of them add like a personal touch for the families. It was really, I really enjoyed
it's good.
That.
So I'm curious to see more episodes on Hallmark Plus every Thursday.
Cool.
And we are super excited to add reviews of Hallmark series starting next week with the Chicken Sisters.
Chicken.
So the Chicken Sisters premieres on the Hallmark Channel Sunday, March 30th, 2025. And it is available now on Hallmark Plus. Ooh. So if you haven't watched it yet, you can watch it on Hallmark Plus and then make sure you come back for our review. We'll be dropping 1 episode on Tuesdays every week after it premieres.
Yep. Too bad they don't have smell-o-vision. This would be a great one for smell-o-vision, huh?
With fried chicken and food. You love food. I know. We'll see what that's all about coming up. Hopefully that should be good with Leah Thompson, Wendy Malick.
Yeah.
Those names mean anything to you?
No. I know their
We'll
faces,
talk about it when
I'm
you
not
know
good
that
with
Leah
names.
Thompson,
You know
Back to
I'm
the
not good with
Future.
names. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. And Wendy Malick was just in The Ranch.
Yes, I know her.
All right, we'll talk more about them when we start to review Chicken Sisters. So that's supposed to be hopefully a pretty great series.
Yep, it will be, and we will drop them. So today we're reviewing the first in the Hearts Around the Table movie collection, Jenna's First Love, that aired on Saturday, March 22nd, 2025. If you missed it, you can catch it now on Hallmark Plus.
Yes, you can.
Woohoo! So, why don't you tell us who's in this one?
All righty. Ashley Newbrough plays Jenna Whitaker. She was in Unwrapping Christmas collection of 4 movies, which aired in 2024, which I thought was interesting. We did not see those.
Nope.
But it is about 4 friends who work in the store all wrapped up. And each movie focuses on one friend, kind of like this collection, how each movie is going to focus on one of the foster kids.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah.
Cool concept.
She was also in Operation Nutcracker in 2024 and Small Town Christmas, which aired in 2018. And Hallmark aired both of those movies on Friday night. Right before airing her brand new movie. And I love it that they do that, especially the Christmas movies.
Yes.
Because we had never seen Small Town Christmas, and we really enjoyed that. We'd seen Operation Nutcracker, which was cute, but we did end up watching Small Town Christmas.
Yeah, it was really good. Cool. I enjoyed it.
Steve Lund plays Andrew Clarington, which is Jenna's first love, hence the name of the movie. He was in 2 episodes of The Mistletoe Murders, which we still have to watch.
We have to watch him.
He's been in several Hallmark movies. He starred in a movie called 6 Degrees of Santa in 2022 with Catherine Davis. And who is Catherine Davis, you ask?
Yes, I am asking in my head.
Who is Catherine Davis? She actually plays Kiki in Jenna's First Love movie. She plays
Kiki,
one of the siblings. So she was opposite Steve Lund in 6 Degrees of Santa. Now that was on Lifetime.
Okay.
Not on Hallmark, but that's okay. He was in an episode of Good Witch, which we loved. Good Witch. He was in 6 episodes of Schitt's Creek.
Oh,
which
really love Schitt's
Creek. So funny.
Baby.
He was also in, which I thought was interesting, he was in an episode of Suits where his credit is he doesn't have a name. He's just known as the attractive guy in one episode of Suits. And we loved Suits. So I thought that was kind of funny.
That would be my favorite role. The attractive guy.
Mindy Cohn plays Angie Hartman, the foster mom. And we know Mindy Cohn from
Facts of Life.
The Facts of Life. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have
The Facts of Life.
Very good. You joined in. The Facts of Life aired from 1979 to 1988. She played Natalie, who was the very bubbly character.
Yes.
Very fun-loving, bubbly character. If you grew up in the 80s, you were watching The Facts of Life on NBC for sure, especially if you were a girl. It was a coming-of-age series about an all-girls boarding school.
Yeah.
And do you know who else was in that for a period of
know
time?
the faces, but I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to name the actresses, although I could. But I'm specifically speaking about my boyfriend, George Clooney.
Oh, my goodness. George Clooney. Oh, please help me, God. Help me.
He was on it for a couple dozen episodes, I believe, and he played a carpenter on The Facts of Life at the boarding school.
And look at him now.
Look at him now, married to a beautiful woman. They have beautiful children. He's all good now, I think.
Yes, he is.
Mindy also voiced Nancy Francis in 35 episodes of the animated series The Kids in Room 402. She voiced Velma in Scooby-Doo video games from 2002 to 2015.
Awesome.
Some of the stuff I didn't know. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Scooby-Doo.
And we most recently saw her in Palm Royale, the Apple Plus TV series.
That's another good series.
That is really, really good. She played Anne Holliday, the editor for Palm Beach Daily News.
That's right. She did, didn't she?
I'm hoping that gets a second season.
Yeah, it will.
I haven't heard anything or
it should. It was really good.
Palm Royale, definitely worth looking up.
Yes.
To check that one out. Michelle, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, Morgan plays Sherry Adams, one of Jenna's foster sisters. She, her Hearts Around the Table movie's the next one up.
Oh, okay.
So it's Sherry's second chance, I believe.
Okay.
She was Amanda Sinclair on The Young and Reckless. The Young and Reckless. The soap opera. She played Amanda Sinclair on The Young and Restless.
Okay.
The soap opera on CBS, I believe, from 2013 to 2024. Does anyone watch soap operas anymore?
I don't know if anybody who does.
Did you ever?
My mom was an avid watcher. What was the one? General Hospital. Luke and
Laura.
Was it Laura? Yeah.
Luke and Laura. See, I was an ABC soap opera watcher. All My Children.
Right.
One Life to Live. I didn't watch, and General Hospital was the third one that was on. It was like from 1 to 2, 2 to 3. but I got into General Hospital a little bit, so I know a little bit. But the other, like CBS, Young and the Restless, these are the Days of Our Lives. Days of Our Lives. I never watched that one. Guiding Light. Like, I feel like when I was growing up, you were either an ABC soap opera watcher or a CBS soap opera watcher. And you couldn't watch both because we didn't have VHS then yet. You couldn't record it. So if you wanted to watch it and it was on, you had to watch it at that time.
Especially when your mom was controlling the TV.
Right. Her debut Hallmark movie was Christmas with a Kiss in 2023. Oh. So I'm looking forward to her. She's really good in this.
Yes, she is.
In this
She's
well.
funny.
She played, Sherry, her character is really funny. Jake Epstein plays Josh Adler, one of Jenna's foster brothers. Mm-hmm. His Hearts Around the Table movie will be the third one in this collection. Okay. He was in 2 episodes of Mistletoe Murders as well. Oh. Just like Steve Lund. Now, I don't know if they were in the same 2 episodes because we have yet to watch it, but I guess we'll find out, won't we?
We'll let you know.
He was also in 3 of the 4 Unwrapping Christmas movies with Ashley Newbrough.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of crossover going on, a lot of Chrissy Cross. He was in The Umbrella Academy. I think that was on Netflix. We never watched that.
No.
But he was in 5 episodes of that, and he was in 13 episodes of Suits.
Oh, goodness. Really?
I mean, Suits is coming back around, and we loved Suits. Okay. The original Suits, and now we're watching Suits LA. So,
which is good, too.
Catherine Davis plays Kiki Mercer, one of Jenna's foster sisters. Her Hearts Around the Table movie will be the 4th and final one in this particular collection, which will air in a few weeks down the road. Right. She was in all 4 of the Unwrapping Christmas movie collection in 2024. Oh, wow. Which we mentioned previously. And she was also in 6 Degrees of Santa with Steve Lund in 2022, which I also mentioned previously. So they're all working together. And
crossover, getting that work.
Al Muckadam plays Tom Reynolds, the billionaire who contracts Jenna and Andrew to work for him. Mm-hmm. He is best known right now as the dad in The Way Home. He plays Brady Dewan, Kat's ex-husband and Sadie's dad. Yeah. So he's pretty good in that. He's good in this too.
Yeah, he's really.
I really think I enjoy his character in this. He was also in 2 episodes this year of Ghosts.
Oh, and I love Ghosts.
Justice James plays Rory, Angie's current teen foster son, and this is his very first acting credit.
Awesome.
Good for him.
Yes, you got to start somewhere.
This is his first one, and he'll be in the next 3 Hearts Around the Table movies as well. What is wrong with me? I haven't had that much wine yet. Listen to me. Let me take a sip.
Take a sip there, girl. Yeah. Let's get back on track.
Oh, my gracious.
That was funny.
Jillian Morrow plays Terry, Jenna's assistant, and this is her very first acting credit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
You know he had to have been nervous because that's a lot of good actors and actresses in this one.
Oh, I know. And they both did really good. Her assistant, and although her assistant, I think, is just on the... Don't they just do the FaceTime
she's just
a couple times?
No, she came in, I think she was in a wheelchair. She came into her office one time at the beginning.
Oh, okay. She's in person.
But then the rest of it was like FaceTiming.
At first, right. So.
Ooh, that was a lot of people.
Ooh, maybe I can keep my words straight as we move forward. I don't know.
I know. You got to wet your whistle again.
I know.
Because you're about to, drop the sana.
Alrighty. Ooh, that sip is good. That wine's pretty good.
I don't know. Let me taste it.
Just letting you know.
I'll let you go with
you try synopsis. It while I read the synopsis. Alrighty, here we go. This Hearts Around the Table, Jenna's First Love, is the first of the 4 movies in the Hearts Around the Table collection. Jenna plans a charity event for billionaire Tom Redlands, but working with Tom's right hand, Andrew, is proving difficult, especially since Jenna and Andrew have a romantic history. No, you don't say.
Not Hallmark.
You don't say. All right, so what did you think? Now, I am really going to take a big sip of wine.
Okay, you
tell
take
me
a
what
sip.
You think. What are your first takes?
Well, I really enjoyed the movie. I loved the concept of a foster family. I loved the flow of the show.
Oh, me too. Yes.
And I love the fact that it had that kind of a facts of life vibe. in it.
It really, really does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I like you. For some reason, I wasn't really sure if I was going to like this one. I don't know if it was. It's not like I'm opposed to the subject matter or anything. I just wasn't sure if it was going to be too
Right.
cheesy, how it was going to work. I really actually ended up enjoying it and loving it.
Yeah.
I really did. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought the family dynamic of the Fosters, the foster mom, the chemistry between Jenna and Andrew just all really worked together.
Really
the story, and like you said, it flowed, I thought, really well.
Mm-hmm.
I just really, really enjoyed it. And I really liked the Sunday suppers.
Yes.
That's very much reminiscent of our own tradition.
Yep.
Which
we just had.
Which we did. We actually just had Sunday. We literally did. We had 3 of the 4 kids. One lives out of town now, so it's harder to do.
Yeah.
The Sunday supper, we call them Sunday dinners with everybody. So we're a blended family and have been since the kids were right around the teenage, like just beginning the teen era, the teen era. For the girls at least. And it wasn't always easy, but as everyone got older, we really tried to make a concerted effort to have everybody around at least on Sundays.
Yes.
We could do a Sunday dinner. And, it gets harder as they get older. They're all young adults now and they have jobs and they travel. And so we don't do it as frequently as we would like, but we do try to still get together at least once a month, if not more. Some live close, some not so close. So that was very, touching to me because that's what we try to do, just to touch base. You don't have to do anything big.
Nope.
It was always home. I mean, even if it's, spaghetti around the table, that's what we were doing. And we were chatting and then we hang out for a little bit. And it's just sort of, like I said, that touchstone with the kids to find out what's going on with them. And, and I really liked when they did the tell me what you're hopeful for coming up. I loved that part of that.
Yeah.
Thought that was really cool.
I got that in my notes.
Yeah. I think I jumped the gun too for myself. But yeah.
Okay.
So what were some of your favorite scenes?
Well, you just mentioned it. The sitting around the table, talking to each other and making an effort to have it on Sunday. I thought that was kind of like what we do.
Right.
You mentioned it.
Thought, yeah.
And also talking about what you're hopeful for. And I think that's, when you're feeling down and you have these family dinners, it really helps when, you're hearing what everybody else is going through and what they wish or hope for in the future. So,
and I think you get the support from family members who support you no matter what. Is that unconditional love. If you have a strong family dynamic, that doesn't mean you always get along or you agree. It just means that no matter what, those people are going to be there.
And they're going to have your
thick
back.
and thin, and they're going to have your back. Yes.
So what about you? What were some of your favorite scenes?
Was that your only one or did you have others?
Yeah, that was kind of my only one.
Well, there were several Sunday supper.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3.
Well,
Sunday supper
yes,
scenes,
the
but we'll get into the one. Yeah. Like you, I would say the favorite scenes go along with the Sunday suppers. I liked that they showed the positive aspect of foster families because, we see and we hear a lot about the horror stories, and I know they exist. And I know they're all over, but I do believe there are such good people in this world who do foster children, who raise them and they move on and they foster more children.
Right.
And it's just part of who they are. And they really give these kids the experiences that they're so needing or wanting.
Right.
For whatever circumstance. Everybody goes through something different and have different reasons why they're possibly in foster and they just in foster care and they just want someone to care for them. So I thought the positive part of that, even though it wasn't always perfect, it was perfectly imperfect for their family, dynamic. So.
Yeah. And I kind of like how they didn't make Rory, that stereotypical, kid that's just angry at everything, and no matter what you say or do for them, they're not happy or thankful.
Right.
I'm glad they didn't go that
right.
That
he was a good kid who just thought he was going to disappoint somebody with some bad grades and was they didn't make him
if I could get a B back in them days.
You'd be doing great, right?
I'd have been doing great.
I also liked when Jenna and Sherry are walking on the beach. I just really
Yes.
liked that scene. It reminded me so much of Chesapeake Shores.
Yep.
That whole scene. I thought it really worked. I enjoyed that. And we love Chesapeake Shores so much I think it just reminded me of that vibe again of family, and you don't have to be blood, and you don't need blood to be family.
Yeah.
And it just really showed how supportive they are.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, back each other up. Even the house reminded me of the Chesapeake Shores house, the back part especially,
Yes.
not the front so much, but the back part just reminded me. So maybe it's part of the same set. I don't know.
It
Probably
could
not,
be.
but
CGI.
and I have to say the scene, Sherry and Josh's reaction to Andrew when he comes to Sunday supper. Mostly Sherry. Her reaction was just so spot on. It was so good. What'd you think about that?
When she walks behind him and does like the chokehold, like
Yeah, she wants to like guilt him. Like she's making these faces, and in the background when she's mashing the potatoes, and you can see her just mashing and staring at him, and she's backing her sister up, and she's and it's just, even though it's been 15 to 20 years, they're still giving him like the evil eye, and
poor
in like
Andrew.
a fun
He's like, you
way.
did tell your family I was coming, right?
Yeah. I thought that was really cute. So that was another one of my favorite scenes.
It was really good.
So what was your biggest cheer?
I would say when they first did the pitch to Tom, right? Andrew believed that Tom would like to have a party a certain way. Jenna, her pitch was another way. And when Tom went with, didn't like Andrew's, Jenna stepped up and she was like, well, let me show you mine. And he actually loved her pitch and loved the idea of these, rich people actually having hands-on with the charity event instead of, being wine and dined and things like that. And I loved how he then, after the pitch, he was talking to Jenna, and he was really
Andrew? Yeah,
Andrew, and he was really, really proud of her. And he said, I apologize for not listening to you. And I thought I'm glad they went that way.
Yes.
It didn't make him like, oh, I'm so upset that you took my idea or whatever. But yeah, that was one of my biggest cheers.
That was exactly almost verbatim what I had as one of my cheers also. Jenna and Andrew, and how he supported her and wasn't jealous of her and apologized for not listening to her idea because her idea was valid. And I thought, yes, that was one of mine also. We're samers.
Yeah. And another one was that they didn't make Tom this snake in the grass type guy, steal the girlfriend or the ex-girlfriend.
He was just trying to have a good time. Yeah. And if Jenna would have liked him, he would have gone with it. Right? I
always feel like if I was a billionaire, and one day maybe I will be, that I wouldn't be that person. I would be somebody who cared, who wanted to, listen to people, who gave to charities, who held these events, and was nice to the staff. And, he was just a all around just cool dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought so too. And when, this made me, during the charity event, when Tom says, sometimes people just need a little bit of help, and it's hard for them to accept it. And they would rather be working, and they would rather be making their own way. But sometimes you need that helping hand. And I thought of, when we saw Viola Davis interviewed, and she was talking about her book that she had written, and
Which I read.
And she was saying, yeah, you did read it. Mm-hmm. And, they were very, very poor, and they, went to school in soiled clothes and all these things. And she was saying, and people would often say, pick yourself up by your bootstraps. And she said, what if you don't have a boot?
Right.
And that was so profound to me, because it's like, you always tell people, suck it up. But sometimes you don't have anything to suck up. What are you supposed to do? Yeah. And so I don't know. I just really appreciated that message, especially when Tom did the talking during the charity event about that. And that's what it made me think of. So
I had that too. But
yeah. Sorry, you did.
We're samers.
Sorry, I'm jumping in.
No, you're fine, because that was your cheer. So.
No, my other cheer was the Sunday suppers, which we've talked about ad nauseum at this point. And then I really liked it when Jenna said, I haven't had one of these since junior year when I could burn off sugar just by walking down the halls. And I was like, boy, do I miss those days too.
That's when he brought her that double frappuccino drink.
My
chocolate.
high school and 20s metabolism, that's for sure. I just had to laugh at that because I thought that was really funny.
Can't eat them 4 Whoppers anymore.
Oh, gosh. Sure. Well, I never did eat 4 Whoppers.
No, I'm talking about me because I was always in sports.
You can. You'll just, it'll stay with you for the next 10 years.
You'll see the 4 Whoppers in my gut. Yeah.
I just thought that was really, I don't know. I enjoyed that little clip.
Yeah.
Now, what about jeers? You have a big jeer?
There was only one, but it's not really I don't know. I'll just tell you about it.
All right, I'm going to sip while you talk.
When Andrew and Jenna came out of the house after the family dinner, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot my keys. Let me go back in." And when he walked in, he overheard Sherry talking to Kiki about how Jenna should move on from Andrew. And I know they're protecting their, foster sister, but I just felt like, oh man, that's kind of rude, because he had just.
Well, in their defense, they thought he was gone.
I know,
they were not saying it to him.
I understand, but after he confessed to loving her and why he left in the first place or ghosted her,
that's true.
I felt like okay, he pointed out the reason why he left,
but it's like our kids with. Especially the girls, they will defend each other to death practically, and they will, in spite of whether the other person is going back with somebody they don't agree with or they have something. I mean, they are hardcore, and it's hard to get them to come around. Yeah. Even if it's like that, you have that sister defense and brother defense sometimes that just.
That's why.
And you're right. I mean, he had.
Well,
no, but he had. But you're right. Andrew had apologized. I don't know if he apologized, but he explained why. And he does say that she's the love of his life, and they're kind of not ready to forgive him yet. The siblings are. Jenna is.
Yeah. So you're right. Did you have a jeer?
My biggest jeer would have been the green screens. And it's not about the story, but it's about the production value of it. There were a couple times behind Jenna and Andrew's meetings, like in the office building, the backdrop. We haven't even talked about the fact that it took place in D.C., which you and I both love visiting Washington, D.C.
Which they didn't really touch on too much.
No, that really wasn't a big part of it, but it did but they tried to use that as a backdrop, like the Capitol building, and it just didn't work. It didn't work then. And the water when Jenna and Sherry are walking on the beach, I'm pretty sure one of those was a green screen at some point because it just didn't look right.
Right.
And then the backdrop of Tom's house when he's on the phone and he's talking to them.
Yes.
I'm sorry, talking to Jenna. And you can see the background where his trees are.
Right.
I thought so that would be my biggest jeer, really, would be the green screens.
Hallmark screens.
If I had to pick something. Do you have any, by the way, I forgot to mention?
I don't know if you caught this, but when Jenna first told her foster family who she was working with, I don't know if you were listening to the music that was playing, but it was it changed to something like Psycho or something. It was like, oh yeah.
When Jenna
and when she tells her foster family, because they asked her, so how did the pitch go? And she told them, and then who she was working with, Andrew. And the music was like, dun, dun, dun.
Oh, no, I might have to listen to that. That's so funny because usually I notice that. That's so funny. Yeah. It's funny that you talk about the music because there were a couple times where when Jenna is talking to Angie, the foster mom, when they're having on the phone, they're talking on the phone about Rory, who's having a hard time. Right. And the music playing reminded me of the music in Serendipity. And then there's a song towards the end of the movie that really reminded me of Sleepless in Seattle. So I had music on my brain too, a lot throughout the movie. And then, of course, when I think Angie's the one who said, each Sunday I gather my hearts together. I thought that was kind of cool.
That was really cool.
That's kind of us.
Yeah, that is. Sure. And I like how they invited Andrew's mom.
Yes, at the
you know,
very end.
yeah.
That was pretty good. And Andrew's mom, and I know I'm going on a tangent, but she wasn't as sinister as they made her out to be.
No.
They I thought she was going to be a little more
Yes.
sinister, but she ended up being fine.
Yes, she did. And you did catch something else, which is when
What
they
did I
went
catch?
around the table at the end and they said cheers.
Oh, we talked. This is one thing I
Yes,
did talk
you
about
pointed it out. We
in
had
the
to
moment
rewatch it
because I
did
caught
not
it.
catch
Yes.
it.
So at the very end, it's literally the last cheer, isn't it?
Yes.
So they're sitting at the table, and it's the foster kids and Angie and Andrew's mom and Andrew and Jenna.
Right.
And they're all around the table and they're doing a cheers. And Kiki
Right.
says cheers, only she says cheers.
Yeah.
And she says it is the first hint. And I immediately had to look up whether or not she was a British actress.
Yes.
And she is. And
She
you didn't
is.
even notice. And I
Nope,
had
I
to
didn't
rewind it
even
because I
notice
said, oh, did you hear that? I heard the accent.
Yep. And we had to rewind it.
And we had to rewind
sure
it.
enough,
Yes.
cheers.
I forgot about that. It's like, because sometimes you could just tell, especially a
Right.
Canadian
Yes.
accent, it slips out occasionally.
Yeah. Yep.
And hers
You always
did
pick
right
up
at
the
the very
accents.
right at the very end. So
Yes.
if you watch the movie at the very end, pay attention
Yes.
to that final cheers, and you'll hear the accent for sure. It's kind of cute, actually. But
Yes, it is.
yeah. So out of 5 corks, how many corks would you give Hearts Around the Table, Jenna's first love?
I'm going to give Jenna's first love 5 corks. I'm going to give it 5 corks because I really enjoyed it, even with the green screens and all.
Yeah, even
What
with the
about you?
greens.
How many corks?
I don't know. Of course, I give it 5. I really
Look at
enjoyed it. And I'm really looking forward to the next 3
Yes.
because I'm very curious. I kind of like that they're doing it this way. I'm very curious about their stories.
Right.
The other foster.
And I wonder if they're going
Fosters.
to play it the same way they played this one, where they do have the Sunday dinners, you know?
I hope so. I would
Yeah.
imagine so, because that's probably going to be one of the themes. I would
Well, we're going to
guess.
see.
So the next
Ooh,
one
the
is
suspense.
Sherry, and then maybe Josh, and then Kiki might be
Right.
last. So it's like Jenna's first love, Sherry's second act,
Yes.
Josh's third
Something.
something. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sorry I didn't look that up.
That's
And then
all right.
Kiki's fourth. So I'm really looking forward to those
Yeah, well,
coming
that's-
up this
well,
spring.
good.
Can you believe we're in
All right.
spring? Oh,
I
my
know
gosh.
it's this year's flying by already. Anyways, is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening. Be sure to follow the podcast wherever you listen so you don't miss one. Also, follow us on social media if you really, really like the show and are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Leave a 5-star review. And if you didn't really, really like the show, leave a 5-star review anyway.
You can do it.
You
You can do it. Join us Tuesday when we begin reviewing Hallmark series. First up, episode number 1 of Chicken Sisters, which airs on Sunday, March 30th, 2025 on the Hallmark Channel and is already streaming on Hallmark Plus. Then be sure to join us Wednesday for our review of the second Hearts Around the Table movie, Sherry's Second Act, airing Saturday night, March 29th on the Hallmark Channel and streaming the next day on Hallmark Plus. Until then, fill up your glasses and push play. Thanks for listening. Cheers.